When all hope seems lost, the river will always carry you. There is a river of life on which we are all being carried by. The river of life has no beginning, nor has no end. It is in constant motion and cannot cease to be. Those who choose to attempt to swim against the natural flow, in fear of being swept away, will experience feelings of struggle and despair and a sense of being stuck. Those who choose to swim with the natural flow in an attempt to outswim it will experience feelings of stress and anxiety, caught up in a perpetual rat race, appearing to lead to an end destination which can never actually be reached. Those, however, who choose to simply relax and float upon the surface of the water will drift along at a steady pace and experience feelings of bliss and joy, resting safely in the knowledge that they are continuously being held and carried by the river. Let go, my friend, and trust the river. I felt really inspired to create this drawing of Alice from Alice in Wonderland. There is a scene in the film, I can't quite remember what happens. I should know being a huge Disney fan, but she grows really big and then she starts crying and then she creates a flood out of her own tears, and you can see in her eyes that she's lost all hope. And it was after I completed the drawing that these words came to me about the river of life. We are currently going through a huge shift on the planet, both on an individual level and on a collective one, and everyone is going to experience this in their own way. There's still a lot of uncertainty and fear, and there's just a lot of doubts and worries and anxieties rising to the surface, like it's all bubbling away in this cauldron, almost ready to explode. I'm certainly experiencing a lot of these feelings myself, particularly because I have made some big changes in my life, and right now I don't know what's going to happen. It's very scary. I don't have a backup plan and I don't really have anything to fall back on. The only thing that I do have is myself, and I do have a lot of trust in myself because I've always kept going and picked myself up no matter what. I guess for me, the way that I'm moving through it is by completely letting go of everything, dropping all my attachments as much as I can, and completely surrendering myself to life in the trust that it is going to be okay and I am always on the right path. It feels like a huge spiritual purge. We are releasing all this old energy that is no longer serving us. It could be a relationship, a job, a certain way of living, anything big or small. And we have to completely let it go and create that space in order for the new to come in. It's like creating a vacuum, and nature loves a vacuum and will fill it. I think the difficult part is this time right now, the not knowing, that uncertainty. As humans, we like to know what's going on all of the time, so it's very difficult being in this state, and that's where trust and faith really comes in. If you really take the time to get to know yourself, who you are at the core level, and you've learned to tune into that voice of intuition, which is always guiding you, everything else on the outside will fall into place naturally, and all the worries, anxieties, fears that you may have previously had will drop away, because you've got that trust that your needs are always being taken care of and your highest self wants the best for you at all times. So this is my message to you this week. If you are struggling or going through tough times, you're not alone. Have that faith, have that trust, and allow yourself to float along for a while. You're always in the right place.